Right, let's go. Hi guys, welcome to today's lesson on the verse section of Whiskey in the Jar. You wouldn't have thought I'd done a whole 20-minute video on the verse section. So basically I've already recorded the material and I'm now just doing the intro at the end, which is funny, a funny way around of doing it, but yeah, basically yeah, it's super long. This quite a complicated bit. So what I've done, the first thing you're going to see is you're going to see the acoustic guitar doing the backing chords. That's pretty simple, and then you're going to see the melody, or the kind of lead line, I should say, that the guitar player plays over the top. As I mentioned on my other videos, middle strap pickup. We're trying to emulate that Lizzy speaker. Not too much distortion on the amp, and I've got a bit of phaser and a bit of my wire slightly open. As I've said before in all my other videos, I'd like to crank it a bit loud, and I think I would have got a bit closer to the tone. Hopefully you'll be able to do that and you'll be able to find that tone. So yeah, so very short little first section with the acoustic guitar on the chords, and then it's going to be a much longer section going through all of that lead line that he plays. And I'm also going to do in the fourth verse, it's obviously a tremolo picked section, or more tremolo picked section, not quite, but that kind of idea. So I've done that in the same video as well. Cool, I hope you enjoy. Okay guys, verse chords. So the verse is basically an 8-bar section that we're going to play through twice. After I've done the chords, you will hear me teaching the lead melody over the top. I'm recording this in a super weird order because I've already recorded that, but I haven't recorded this yet. So anyway, we're going to do a G chord. Again, we can do a normal G like this. I'm going to do it with a bar chord G just because I prefer the sound for this particular song. And I'm going to do 16 strums. That's 8 downs and 8 ups. Just a G. Then I'm going to go E minor, same thing. Then, for the first time in the song, C, same thing, 16 strums. Then back to G. That's it, then we just do the whole thing again. So altogether it's a 16-bar section, 2 bars of G, 2 bars of E minor, 2 bars of C, 2 bars of G, then we repeat 2 bars of G, 2 bars of E minor, 2 bars of C and 2 bars of G. The main trick here if you're playing this bit is just to not get too lost with all the G chords basically, and it's a very similar chord sequence throughout the whole song, so that's your main trick, is just not to get lost. But if you yeah, it's pretty simple after that, okay? So that's it. Next you'll hear me teaching the lead line that goes over the top. Okay, so now we're going to go through the verse lead line, okay? So this is a really cool part which sounds almost kind of Irish folky. This is the part, if you listen to the dubners that's being played by the banjo, really love this part. It's going to take us a few minutes to go through though, because there's lots of different, it's one of those ones that once you get used to it, you kind of feel where you change notes, but as I explain it to you, it's going to sound a bit, you know, it's going to take a long time to explain to you. That's what I'm trying to say. So normally I'd say have a pen and paper and write it down in tab whilst I'm going through it as well, but I think for this bit it will be really useful to do that, or at least make a note of how many times you're going to do each note, okay? The basic concept is we play a melody line across the B string, and then we keep the open G string as a drone note. So basically on the beat, on the 1, we're going to play the melody line on the B string, whatever that happens to be, and then on the off beat we're going to play an open G string. Okay, that's the basic concept of what we're going to do. So, first thing we're going to do is an open B string. The open B string is actually going to be just before we start the verse. So it's going to be on the and of 4 of the previous bar. So effectively if you've gone, and that's how we throw it in there on the and of 4. Then we're going to start on the 3rd fret B string, and then as I say, it's always going to be B string on the beat and then a G string off the beat. Okay, so I'm going to do this 3rd fret B string 3 times, and that's obviously going to be followed by 3 G strings. I can't talk. Then 1 5th fret B string followed by an open G string. Then back to 1 3rd fret B string, obviously followed by the open G string. Then we've got 2 more open B strings now. So we've got this. Okay. Then on the 4th beat of the bar, we're going to do something slightly different, because we're going to do a little pickup. Oh, my voice is going. I have been a bit sick recently. Hopefully it won't go completely, as I'm teaching all evening. We're going to do a little bit of a pickup before we go through the next two bar section. So it's going to be open B string, 3rd fret B string. And that's a pickup at the 4th beat of the previous bar. Then I'm going to move my first finger up to 5th fret B string. I'm going to play the 5th fret 3 times, each time followed by an open G string. Then 7th fret B string. Then 5th fret B string. Then 2 open B strings. Okay, so you can see that's basically the same idea here. We've got 3 Bs, a 5, a 3, and then 2 opens. And here we've got 3 5s, a 7, and then a 5, and then 2 opens. So it's the same idea. We've just moved it along 2 frets effectively. Always followed by that open G. And again, we've got the same pickup on the 4th beat of what is now the 4th bar of this. It's going to be an open 3. Okay, so let me just play through now what we've got for the first 4 bars, plus that initial and a 4 note. So the pickup's the same. It's open B string, 3rd fret B string. Then I'm going to go up to 5th fret, and I'm going to play that 3 times. Then I'm going to play 7th fret once. Then I'm going to play 8th fret twice. Then I'm going to play 7th fret, 5th fret. Okay, so if you count these, it's a 16 note melody effectively as we're going through. Okay, so 3 5 7 2 8 7 5, like that. Okay, I'm just gonna have to cough. Okay, sorry about that. So that's bars 5 and 6 basically done. And now you might notice if you're counting through, hang on, that's not 16 notes, that's 18 notes including the pickup. Well, you're right, we don't have a pickup for the final 2 bar section. We're just going to start 3rd fret B string followed by open G, then 5th fret, then we're going to go up to 8th fret, so it's... Then we're going to do something we don't do very much in this song. We're going to play 8 then 7, both on the B string. So we're missing out that open G. Then I'm going to play 5th fret on the B string, open G, 3rd fret on the B string, 3rd fret on the B string, open B. Again, we don't put an open G on that final one. So that final 2 bar sequence is going to be this. And then the idea is we start then back on that 3rd fret B string. We don't do that open B string pickup on this time, so we're going to just leave that open B string to ring out, and then we go straight back to 3rd fret. 3 3rd frets, a 5th fret, a 3rd fret, 2 opens. Pick up, open 3. 3 5th frets, a 7, a 5th fret and 2 opens. Pick up, open 3. 3 5th frets, a 7, 2 8s, a 7 and a 5. No pickup, no time for a pickup this time. We're going to go 3rd, 5th, then we're going to go 8, and then we're actually going to go 8 7 on the B string with no G string in between. Then we do 5th fret, 2 3rd frets, and an open. So it's... And that's the verse. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and do a cover of this song with me playing through the whole song. I haven't done one of those before, so it might take me a few attempts. But, oh, my strap keeps falling down. Hopefully that will give you guys a little bit of a better idea of how this section goes, and give you a chance to play along. What I'm going to do now, as I like to do at the end of these sections, is I'm just going to play through this quite slowly, okay? To give you a chance just to get used to it. So... There you go. And that is the verse section. Now, there is one variation. On the final verse, it's a tremolo pick section. So instead of playing on the one and the and, we're actually going to play one eander. Okay? Oh, sorry, I'm going to have to cough again. Okay, coughing fit over. So verse 4, as I was mentioning, first three verses we're going to do exactly the same, just as I did them, just as I've just explained them. So the fourth verse, it's tremolo pick. So instead of playing 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, we're going to play 1 eander, 2 eander, 3 eander, 4 eander. We're effectively going to keep the same melody, but we're just going to play along the B string. There's going to be no open G strings. This is one of those pieces where when I am playing it, I am not counting through it at all. I am just kind of playing it and feeling it. But I will try. Well, I'm not going to try. I will, as I'm going through it with you guys now. I will just literally just explain. I'm going to do this amount of this note and this amount of that note, and then you can work out what's easiest for you. Whether it's easiest for you to just take the broad strokes and play along with the track and work it out that way, or whether you prefer to count it and go, I'm going to do this amount of this and this amount of that. Whichever you find easier. As I say, for me personally, I know the song really well. I've heard it loads and loads of times. So when I'm playing this through along with the track, I'm just playing it through and feeling it because I've listened to it so many times. It's not going to be an exact science, okay? But I will explain it to you as though it is an exact science, because I think that's the best way to try and communicate it over a video, basically. If I was, teaching it to you, I'd probably be more like, okay, you're changing a beat too late or a beat too early, but because I can't do that, I'm going to just do it very like, okay, we're going to do, 9 of this note, 12 of this note, okay, and then I'll play it through for you. So hopefully that makes sense for you guys, and that's what we're going to do now. So this is verse 4, the tremolo picked section. So we're going to start by playing 3rd fret on the B string. This is what we'd expect, isn't it? Because this is where we start the main kind of verse melody, okay? So I've just got to realise I haven't actually counted. I'm pretty sure it's 12. Let me just count. 4 plus 4 plus 4, yeah, that's 12. So 12 of those. Then I'm going to do 4 5s. And that's my first bar. So you get the idea of how we're going to go. Then I've got 4 more 3s. Then I'm going to do 8 zeros. Okay, so it's... Okay, then I'm going to do, for the final beat of what is now the second bar, I'm going to do 2 opens and 2 3s. Like that. And that's the pickup for the next section, basically. And then I'm going to move my first finger up and I'm going to do 12 5s. Then I'm going to do 4 7s, 4 5s, and then 8 zeros. Right, I lost count. 1 2 3 4, 1 2 3 4. There you go. End on an up pick, that's the way to think about it. Okay, so that's basically the 3rd and 4th bar sorted. So it's, as I say, it's 12 5s, so you get the right fret, 4 7s, 4 5s, and then 8 zeros. And then again, we've got the pickup. So the final beat of that, what is now the 4th bar, is going to be 2 zeros and 2 3s. Now this is where it gets a little bit more complicated. We're going to still do 12 5s, 4 7s, 8 8s, 4 7s. Then I'm going to do 2 5s, 2 3s. So that's where it's slightly different than when we've done it before, when we do the melody before. So it's this is bars now 5 and 6. Okay, then what is now bar 7? I'm going to do 4 3s, 4 5s, 4 8s. Then on this bar, we're going to go 8 7 and then 2 5s. Then I'm going to do, I think it's 8 threes, isn't it? No, it's more than that. 12 threes. Then I'm going to do 2 more threes and 2 opens. And that's the end of it. So that final 2 bars. I messed it up. Can I start again? I like to leave in my mistakes. So that's it through with me saying how many of each I've done. Hopefully that's all clear to you guys. And for those of you who'd rather just play it, what I'm going to do is I'm going to now play it through twice. One time quite slowly, and then the second time I'll try and pick the speed up a bit. Somewhere. There we go. Anyway, so something like that second time through. I think that was not great second time through, but the first time through was really good, so hopefully that'll help a bit. Anyway, so that's the verse, basically, kind of. Anyway, that's the verse. So the first 3 verses are exactly the same, just as I did them earlier, and then the 4th verse is kind of like that. As I say, with that, you know, you can either do it that super accurate way, or you can just try and feel it out, and that's basically the melody line as it goes across the frets. Hopefully that's is enough for you guys on that, and I'm sure you're probably all better than me anyway. Cool. Well, hopefully you enjoyed that. One of my favourite bits of the whole song, to be honest. I know that's funny, but I really enjoy it. I think it's a really cool section. I think it works really, really well. It sounds great. Yeah, it's just one of my favourite bits of the whole song. So hopefully you enjoyed it, hopefully you found it useful as well. I will try and put some links down below of all the different sections of the song that I've done. There's going to be quite a few different videos on this song. You know, this is the way I like to do it, with quite long videos, you know, trying to be super accurate for you guys, because this is how I teach it. You know, I really teach this song over, you know, 2 or 3 hours of lesson time. So that's what I'm doing with you guys. I'm trying to shorten it a bit, but you know, this is how I like to teach guitar, really thorough. I don't want to go through too quickly. Hopefully you guys will find it useful. As usual, you know, the usual rules apply. Please like the video, please comment at the bottom, please subscribe to the channel. I really, really appreciate all of those things, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye bye.